Long touted as the Switzerland of Africa because of the mountains and the greenery reminiscent of those in Switzerland, Burundi is a country of multitude hills and rivers. It is a magnificent country and a territory of wonders. Welcome to the land of the Valley of Ubuntu, the land of sacred drums and the southernmost source of the Nile. These source studies have mobilized many Western explorers, immortalized by the discovery of an explorer who erected a small pyramid in Rutovu, where the great river Nile takes its source. Burundi is a country renowned for its legendary hospitality and exquisite flavor of the products of its land. It is a small and beautiful country with its lakes and rivers, hills and plains, parks and natural forests, people with a contagious smile, white sandy beaches and natural reserves, with its chimpanzee sanctuary and an intermediate forest called Parinari Forest in Vianda. In this natural reserve, located at the crossroads of the Congo Basin, the Rift Valley and Lake Tanganyika, Burundi has its own currency, the Burundi franc. As an illustration, in 2014, a US dollar is worth 1,580 Burundi francs. We would like to guide the eye of investors to the industrial scale production of fruits and vegetables, cotton, palm oil in the Imbo Plain, the production of sugar cane in the plain of Moso to the east, the production of sunflower oil, beans and bananas in the Bugesera region. In Makamba, the region is famous for the production of cassava, the production of rice, wheat and maize has already been popularized. In Burundi, there are those who can afford to eat well because they eat almost organic food. Fruits and vegetables are a Burundi flavor and are of extraordinary freshness, but they are little known in the world. The only common point of the gastronomy in Burundi is the use of local products that are of premium quality. In Burundi, livestock is still traditional in herds which feed on the hills, lack of pastures and forage grasses. Hence, pastoralists are encouraged to practice modern farming by feeding the animals in pens. Lake Tanganyika is a lake abounding with fish. It is full of freshwater fish such as mukeke, sangala, kuhe, captain, and other kinds of small and large fish. Burundi fishing is practiced with canoes. There are no real fishing boats and even less trawlers. Availability of energy is a prerequisite for the launch of nickel mining that has been identified in abundant quantities in the soil in Burundi.
Dans le secteur de l'énergie, la tourbe reste une source importante dans la production de l'énergie ou de la vapeur, et dans le contexte de notre pays où la production de l'énergie hydroélectrique ne suffit plus compte tenu de la demande actuelle qui croît du jour au jour.
Long relegated to the background mainly because of the political crisis that rocked the country, the tourism sector has all the attention of the government and private tour operators in particular. In all provinces of the country, there are now quite comfortable hotels and motels. The National Tourism Board travel agencies and tour operators get organized to praise the wonders of Burundi for tourists from around the world. But innumerable challenges still remain.
We are confident in the future of the hotel in Burundi. Mata Hotel is a big hotel situated at the Chaussée Prince Louis Rwagasore and has got 30 rooms. In those 30 rooms, there are 4 suites and 26 normal rooms.
Le Best Outlook à Kiriri, à Bujumbura, a une capacité d'accueil de 21 chambres, dont une suite présidentielle, 2 mini-suites. Et on a l'honneur et l'humilité de dire que nous nous considérons comme un hôtel 4 étoiles. Je ne peux qu'encourager les investisseurs étrangers. Il faut venir en fait sur place et voir la situation réelle. En fait, le Burundi est un des derniers Eldorado où tout est encore possible niveau investissement et niveau retour sur investissement assez rapide.
Each year in Burundi, there are more than 10,000 graduates from technical schools and universities seeking jobs. But these graduates are usually trained in the formal education and are less prepared for the labor market system. Despite the many public and private universities and the abundance of secondary and technical schools, Burundians are in need of educational institutions with adequate teaching materials and equipment. The health sector ranks among the priorities of the government, but Burundians must still go to Europe or India for surgery. Hence, there is need for investors to explore this lack of specialized hospitals in dialysis, heart surgery, treatment of kidney failure, hepatitis, etc. In Bujumbura, Gitega and Ngozi, avenues in the cities are being paved with command in the construction of roads networks such as Muyinga Karuzi Gitega, Cankuzo Ruyigi, Bubanza Ndora, Gitega Ngozi, and soon the road Bujumbura Nyamitanga. But these communication networks are under severe strain by climatic hazards. They need rehabilitation and huge investments. The port of Bujumbura keeps the ambition to become a major business center with a train station and a connection to the railway network. There are a few freight transport vessels and no recreational craft. Yet, the cost and time of transporting goods to Tanzania, Zambia, and the DRC could be lower compared to land transport. Bujumbura International Airport is the only airport in the country. Obviously, there are airfields in Gitega and Ngozi, but it is the only airport linking the country to the world. International companies such as Brussels Airlines, Ethiopian Airlines, Kenya Airways, and regional airlines such as Rwandair, Air Tanzania provide services between cities around the world to Bujumbura. But Bujumbura Airport has only one runway to land and take off. It has only one control tower. Burundi has the ambition to reach 1 million tourists annually by 2018. This will require the extension of the airport to have passenger check counters, modern spaces for luggage reception, safety equipment for control of travel documents and luggages, etc.
Ethiopian Airlines, we have daily flights to Bujumbura, and we served this country for the last 35 years. And the major problem that we have here in Burundi is that, when we have a lot of passengers, the airport is a bit crowded, and it needs some, renovation or something like that. So I hope in the future you're going to, extend the size of this airport and try to find a way to accommodate more passengers on this terminal.
Burundi has welcomed in recent years international banks like Ecobank, KCB, and CRDB. They came to stimulate competition and improve services for banks already well established, such as the Credit Bank of Bujumbura, the Commercial Bank of Burundi, and many other microfinance companies.
Burundi, compared to other countries in the region, has more advantages in terms of market penetration, but also in terms of number of products offered by banks. So in terms of market penetration, Burundi has the lowest penetration rate.
Investment incentives include, among others, the fact that we help investors to create their companies here at what we call single window for company creation, and that is done in less than 2 hours, and the investor can only spend $20. That is about 40,000 Burundi francs. And other incentives include several assistance that we offer to investors when they come to apply for investment incentives. These include the analysis of their investment project. That is, when their investment project submitted to us was not made or done according to our requirements, we help the investor to bring that investment project to the standards acceptable by the agency. But with regard to tax incentives, we've got what we call duty remission on equipment and raw materials imported from outside the EAC countries. And of course, as you know, all equipment or anything which is made within the EAC and the Commercial region, when they import them they bring them to Burundi, they don't pay any duty, provided they've got what we call certificate of origin. There is also a fiscal incentive related to VAT on imports when the investment project is over 500 million Burundi francs. Other incentives are provided when an investment has created a certain number of permanent employees, and in that case their imposition rate is reduced of 5% or 3% according to the number of permanent employment created. With regard to reforms, we've been doing reforms now almost 3 years, and among the major reforms, as I mentioned, we can talk about the single window for company creation that was created in 2012 and which is functional and installed at the API, Burundi Investment Promotion Agency. And this year specifically we made a reform because at the guichet unique, single window for company creation, we included a lot of services such as Institute for Social Security and the institution in charge of regulating the work. Those are the two institutions which were not there yet, because before we had API, Tribunal of Commerce, and OBR to issue the TIN number. And another major reform that was made is about the tax rate on profit, which used to be 35%, the tax on profit, but now it has been reduced to 30%. This is very good. All necessary measures to avoid any kind of expropriation that can be done to foreign investors. And you can know that if you want to invest in Burundi, you are free to repatriate your profit after paying all due taxes.
In Burundi, you come with apprehension and you stay there for pleasure, for success, and sharing the joy of living of very friendly people. As Burundians say, to fall in love, we must look with the heart. Burundi guarantees you a rapid comeback to investment. Long live Burundi!